Okay, so in this video, let's talk about this range. Whether will BTC go to $28,000? Will it go down from this range, which I'm going to talk about, or will it go up to the $32,000 range? Okay, so let's get started. And at last, let's get to the some crypto news. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so right now BTC is here, right? So BTC needs to reach this key resistance, which is around 28,760. Okay, so once BTC reaches here, BTC can do two things. Okay, so BTC can go up to the $32,000 range, which is right here, the $32,000 range, or from there, from the 28,760 range, it can go down. Okay, so for the altcoins, we need to keep an eye for that limit. Okay, so we'll talk about the altcoins also, but right now you know that the 28,760 range for BTC is the key resistance where it can go up from there or it can go down. Okay, so now let's talk about the next chart. Let's check our next chart. So for your Ethereum chart, okay, so for Ethereum chart, the limit for Ethereum chart will be $19, $1,960. Okay, so for Ethereum chart is $1,960. Okay, so we need to keep an eye on this. We need to put all our sell limit. Okay, so if BTC breaks that 28,760 range, right? If it breaks, will all can re-enter. Okay, we can all re-enter. Okay, so the sell limit for Ethereum, right, will be 1,960. If BTC doesn't break, we already sold. But if BTC breaks that 28,760 to go to 32, this too will break, and then we'll enter all RE position once it breaks and makes a support. Okay, so now let's talk about your next chart, which is your avax. Okay, so for avax chart is very close. Okay, so avax chart also, once BTC reaches to the 28,760, right, if it doesn't break, here's the limit you need to sell your avax, around $18. Okay, right here. So if BTC breaks, then this one also, this too, once it breaks, BTC breaks to go 30 to 32, right, this too will break this and make this a support. Then we'll attack this and we'll ride all the way once BTC reaches to 32. So your limit sell would be around $18 for your avax. Okay, so now let's talk about the next chart, which is your Solana chart. So for a Solana chart, limit sell would be around $22.73. Okay, so that would be your key limit sell. Okay, so if BTC doesn't break that 28,760, right, your limit sell would be around, your limit sell for your Solana will be $22.73. Okay, but if it breaks and now it's ready to go to $32,000 range, once this too will break, and once this makes it a support, we'll enter all our position back. Okay, so that's for your Solana chart. Okay, so now let's talk about the next chart, which is your dot chart. Okay, so for dot, sell limit would be around $6.19. But if BTC breaks the 28,760 range, we'll be all re-entering. Once this makes a support, we'll be all re-entering. Even BTC will go to 32, this too will fly. Okay, so now let's talk about the next chart, which is your Cardano. Okay, so right now you all know your Cardano 2, once BTC goes to 28,760, the sell limit will be around 0.41 cents. Okay, but if BTC breaks the 28,760 to go to $32,000, right, this too will go. So once this too makes a support, we'll all re-enter position right here, and then we'll all be riding it. BTC goes to 32, we'll be riding all these altcoins too. Okay, so now let's talk about the next chart, which is your Algorand chart. Okay, so for Algorand chart also too, a good sell limit once BTC reaches 28,760 would be around 0.19 cents. Okay, but if BTC breaks that and is ready to go to 32, the 28,760, we'll have to re-enter all our algo position once this makes a support, and then we ride it all the way. Even BTC goes to 32, we ride this also. Okay, so now let's talk about the next chart, which is your near chart. Okay, so for a near chart also, limit sell will be around $2.03. Okay, $2.03 here, somewhere here. Okay, so once BTC also, if BTC breaks the 28,760, then we'll also re-enter near position, and we'll, once it makes a support, and then we'll ride it all the way till $32,000 range. Okay, so if BTC doesn't break, you know that we already sold, and this also too is all going down. All the altcoins are getting splattered. Okay, so now let's talk about your next chart, which is your phantom chart. Okay, so for your phantom chart also would be a good key limit sell around 0.44 cents. Okay, so if BTC breaks if BTC breaks the 28,760, if it breaks and now it's going to your $32,000 range, right, your BTC, we'll also re-enter phantom chart right here once it makes support, and then we ride it all the way. BTC goes to 32, this all altcoins are going to fly. Okay, so now let's go straight into the crypto trends. Okay, so for crypto trends on a weekly, there's not exactly that much trend, but only render pumped, INJ pumped, and then you all know the usual trend. So there's not that much trend. Only the render and INJ are pumping, almost the same. There only they are pumping. Okay, so now let's check on the crypto trends as last time. The same thing, the coins what we had around here. Okay, so right now algo is there. There only we know where to sell. Rose 2. Rose 2, if you all bought Rose, right, for the crypto trends, you all can sell it at you can sell it around 0.06 cents right here if you all bought. If BTC breaks, then this too will go. So if the BTC breaks, we make this too will make a support. We enter all our position here because BTC will go till 32 if it breaks the 28,760. You all know that range. Okay, so now let's check out the next one. Okay, so let's check on INJ and that. Okay, so INJ right now pumped, right? So we were waiting yesterday, so INJ pumped. So once INJ goes down here, we can rebuy, but we need to check on BTC also. So I need to check on that also. If BTC breaks, then we'll enter INJ position also. Once it goes here, see, it's here, right? It'll go around here. We need to re-enter. If BTC breaks at 28,760 to go to 32, we'll re-enter INJ position. Okay, let's check on render. Okay, so for render right now, render is right here. Okay, see, this is 1 resistance, this is 2, this is 3. Okay, so if render doesn't keep that resistance, if it doesn't break that resistance and make it as a support, I'll show you right here. If it doesn't break, I'll put it big screen so you can see. If it doesn't break and make it as support, okay, if it doesn't do this, we need to short this coin. Okay, but we need to see if it doesn't make it as support. If it be here, then at the end over here we can short it. Okay, and we can ride it all the way till here. So we need to watch that. Okay, so if you can't do short, don't short it, but we need to watch and see. Okay, so for render chart also, if it breaks and if BTC breaks at 28,760, we'll ride this one also. Okay, your render chart also. Now let's go straight to the crypto news since we talked about everything. Now, okay, so the first news is Google Cloud expands partnership, wants more Web3 startup to leverage its infrastructure. Okay, so right now everybody knows that right now the players that have gone to Google Cloud to use their infrastructure are Solana, Nersan, and Alchemy, right? These 3 projects are gone for Google, and even Near, right? They've also gone. So they want them to use their infrastructure which they've already built for the Web3 startups, right? So this news is kind of a bullish news for all the startups. They're getting more like infrastructure already built for them to already create, and which will boom the blockchain industry, right? So now let's talk about the next news, which is your Algo Foundation among creditors that oppose restructuring of troubled crypto exchange 𝗧𝗺𝗀. Okay, so right now Algorand 2 had their money in this exchange 𝗧𝗺𝗀, which is going on a bankruptcy. Okay, so they're too saying don't restructure this exchange, just give us our money back. Okay, so right now Algorand lost because see, once the exchange goes bankruptcy, they get new creditors, right? So the new creditors needs to pay all the new creditors they need to take the money from new creditors, right? So it will be a bad thing for the new creditors, and there are no new creditors also to fund them. So right now Algorand lost around 35 million on this 𝗧𝗺𝗀 exchange. Okay, So that's kind of bad news for Algorand, where they lost 35 million. So now let's talk about your next news, which is Starknet releases the roadmap, but the token deployment time has not been defined yet. Okay, so right now Starknet has released its roadmap, but they are not saying anything about the token yet. Okay, if you see that their roadmap is right here, you see, I love you. If you see this roadmap, the roadmap for 2023 of Starknet development focus their performance and user interface, right? Here's the estimate. Okay, so here's the date. So now they are this context support, they're doing it on 3rd 2023. So Q1 will be throughput and latency of the blockchain of the layer 2, which is Starknet. Then here is the transaction cost they're going to upgrade on, fee market, and shortness and fixes. Okay, so right now the token, they're not saying when they're going to release, but the token will mostly be, you know, when the network is fully decentralized, right? That's the time it will be in 2024. Okay, so starting out 2024, that's the time when they're making it decentralized. They said it on this thing. That's the time most of the tokens give the token once it becomes decentralized, and once you have to vote, right? That's the time they're going to even release the token most surely. Okay, so now let's talk about your next news, which is your Uniswap surpasses 1.5 trillion in trading volume. Okay, so as you all know, Uniswap is the most, everybody goes on Uniswap to trade on all layer 2s and on Ethereum, right? So they surpass 1.5 trillion in trading volume, which is a good thing, right? But why this volume came? The volume came because of the it started to rise, right? Because of the US and because of banking crisis, most people are going to the decentralized DEX. So that's the key thing, that most people are shifting from centralized to decentralized, and they had around 1.5 trillion. It was that time that it broke volumes. And right now also the Uniswap has released a new feature where you can use the app, Uniswap app, on your mobile phone, which is a big bullish news for every crypto guy, right? See, here's the user interface, how they're going to make it look. So if you see here, they recently released. Okay, so you can swap, the safest way to swap your tokens on your phone. Then here you see how the interface looks. Okay, so here's the, if you all want me to go see, here's how it looks. You have to, then here's the second way. Here's the user interface, is quite cool. Then you can send this. Okay, so you know, right? So that's the new feature of your Uniswap they've released. It's kind of a bullish news. Okay, so now let's talk about the next news, which is your Aptos to support Web3 startup collaborating with Google. Okay, so see, even Aptos right now is partnering with Google, which this program will overall, you know what it will do? It could benefit the overall growth of the full cryptocurrency space. Okay, that Google is doing a good infrastructure and everyone is using, and everybody wants to partner with them. Okay, so this will be a good overall bullish news for the full crypto space. Okay, so that's it for this crypto premier content. Okay, so if you like this, just give it a like, hit the subscribe button, ping the notification bell on so you don't miss crypto content like this and you're early to watch. Okay, so peace out, crypto fam.